Hello friends, welcome all of you to joining me in this session. Before starting the session, first of all I would like to give my warm gratitude to all my subscribers as well as the viewers who show their interest in my all videos which I uploaded earlier related to GST, income tax and NDAS as of now. So without taking any time, let's start for our topic number 3 of income tax advanced tax rules. So friends, today we will cover the topic of advanced tax rules into 5 things: requirement to pay advanced tax, procedure to pay advanced tax, provision of advanced tax in certain situations. The situations like what are the tax provisions or what are the provision of advanced tax in case of order passed by the SC officer or any amendment made by the SC officer, or if SSC what are the circumstances in which SC has to file form number 28A to the SC officer. Method of payment of advanced taxes means what are the due dates and the installment procedure as well as the interest he is liable to pay in case is there any deferment, is there any less payment of advance tax or non payment of advance tax. Then the practical scenario we will discuss. So I from this slide from today onwards I am including the practical example as well to give more understanding on the topic. Topic number 1, requirement to pay advance tax. So what are the advance tax and what is the requirement to pay advance tax? So first of all, advance tax is nothing but is a tax which is paid by the SC other than the TDS and TCS, because TDS and TDS is a different concept, and which is a tax paid by the employer, deduct by the our customer or a seller. Okay, it is basically a tax on the current year estimated income. What is the estimated income we will discuss later. Third point is, in case of if there is a senior citizen whose age is more than 60 years, he does not require to pay the advance tax if he has a income only for income from salary, income from other sources, income from capital gain. If he has a business income, so definitely he is liable to pay the advance tax if it is more than 10,000 rupees. Normal provision says that the advance tax shall be paid if total advance tax during the year is more than 10,000 or 10,000 more than 10,000 rupees. Last point, advance tax is paid in installment on due dates, means there are 4 different due dates on which every SSC who is liable to pay advance tax need to pay tax, and this concept we will discuss later in our forthcoming slides. So these are the requirement to pay the advance tax. Let's go to the slide number 2. Okay, now the procedure to pay advance tax. So first of all, we calculate the estimated income, means current income for the financial year, because advance tax pay on the estimated income. Then step 2, we will calculate the tax on the estimated income based on the part 3 of the first schedule of Finance Act, in which the rate has been given. Step 3, if there is any surcharge applicable on the taxes, so definitely we will charge, otherwise health and education cess we definitely charge, which is 4%. After that we will deduct the any relief under section 89, 90, 98, 91, which is related to the double taxation act, unilateral or bilateral. Second thing, 89 relief related to the any superannuation pension related or advance salary area of salary related deductions, so we will deduct this. If there is any, if it is a book tax based on the book profit, so minimum alternative tax or AMT credit we will deduct. Then after that, if there is step 6, deduct the prepaid taxes. Here the prepaid taxes means any tax in form of TDS and TCS. After that, whatever the balance amount come, it is called the advance tax to be paid if it is more than 10,000 or more than 10,000 rupees. Okay, so this is the complete procedure. How the advance tax, how do we follow the procedure while calculating the advance tax and compute the installments to be paid on a particular date. Okay, as I tell you earlier, to topic number 3, that what is the current income. So topic number 3, we will discuss the provision advance in certain situations. So first of all, before starting the situations, we will discuss what is the current income. So current income includes all the income, means income from salary, house property, business, capital gain and other sources, as well as the agriculture income, only to determine the rate of tax. Only that purpose we will include the agriculture income, and we will follow the same provision as is mentioned in the income from agriculture business. There are partial integration and other things we have to follow. Advance tax is paid by the SC on his own computation of income. It means that SSC make computation on his own. It will not liable if there is no notice issued by the SC officer or no demand raised by the SC officer. So it will follow his own step, compute the income and pay the advance tax accordingly. Okay. Suppose if there is a suppose in first installment in the sub income is 100 rupees, but in a 100 rupees for whole year, and the later quarter, second installment the income reduced to 80 or increased to 120. So the advance tax payment will be adjusted accordingly, and difference shall be paid during that installment due date. Okay. So if we give you a more clarity on it, suppose till 31st June you have a income 100 rupees and your tax is around 20 rupees. Now your income increase in second quarter till September 30 around 120 rupees. So you have to pay the difference 20 rupees plus your actual up to 100 rupees tax, whatever it comes around. So you have to pay the additional advance tax also. Now 3.1 provision of advance tax situation. Now we will discuss here the situations. So situation is that suppose AO made demand for payment of advance tax based on the following conditions. Means first situation was that SSC is making his own computation and pay the advance tax on it on the due dates. Now the second situation is that the AO, after considering and is feeling that okay, advance tax should be more than whatever the payment made by the SSC, so he will issue a demand notice to you for the advance tax, and if these are the following conditions. First of all, regular assessment has been already made for earlier years. Okay. Issue of notice whether advance tax paid or not. If suppose advance tax paid or paid by the SC or not, notice shall be served for the demand of the advance tax. It should be in written, but such order shall be issued before the last day of the February of the current year. So it means it has a time of 11 months to issue such notice. Second thing, it will clearly specify the amount as well as installments in which advance tax to be paid. It will be clearly mentioned in the order. Okay. Then how do we compute the advance tax by AO on income which shall be higher of? It means that there are two type of incomes, whichever is higher, on that basis AO will issue an order to pay the advance tax. First of all, income of the latest previous year for which regular assessment has been completed. It may be anything. Okay. Or income of any previous year subsequent to the previous year for which regular assessment has been made. So what is this meaning? Suppose for assessment year 2018-19 or 16-17 your regular assessment has been completed. So this is the first point. So 16-17 whatever your income assessed, that will be considered as your current income, estimated income. Then in second case, suppose your as I said, regular assessment is happened in 16-17. After that, in any previous year, whatever the income you mention in subsequent previous year, that will be considered, and whichever is higher in these two options. So that purpose advance tax would be calculated. But yes, TDS and TCS shall be taken into consider to calculate the advance tax. Okay. So these are the provisions of topic number 3.1. Now 3.2 provision on other situations. So before starting, Earlier pitch I mentioned that TDS and TCS shall be considered. So this is related to the current year for which the income estimated current income going to be assessed. Okay, not that regular assessment year TDS or that previous year subsequent to the such regular assessment. Now some it may be happen AO may be amend his order if he feels that the advance tax should be more based on the return filed by the SSC or a response giving under for the notice issued under section 142 subsection 1. So it may be order may be amended. Third thing, if suppose the SSC feels that the estimated income made by the AO is higher than his own estimate, so he will make his own estimate, send this intimation to the SSC officer by filing form 28A, and he will pay the tax accordingly. He did not like to pay, he did not need to pay any advance tax on that because he already paid based on the estimated income. If suppose SC feels that no, yes, the AO has made a estimated income which is lower than whatever he computed, he estimate itself, in that case he will pay the tax and same inform to the SC officer by submit a form 28A. Now treatment of agriculture income to advance tax. So first of all, agriculture income become a part of the current income to calculate the rate of tax. Okay, so now there is a situation, first scenario is very simple, but now there is a situation where the order is issued by the AO to pay the advance tax. In that case, if there is a agriculture income which is related to the year for which regular assessment had been made, that will be a part of current that estimated income. Means you can say that it will be considered to estimate the current year income. Okay, if so, or second situation, if agriculture shall be a part of income for any subsequent year to the period for which assessment has been made. It means that, if I clear your doubts here, it means that AO issued the order to on the based on the estimated current income which is higher of the following these two situations, in which agricultural income shall be a part of in two cases if it is exists at that time for that particular previous year or previous year for which regular assessment made or any subsequent previous year. Okay, so this will be a provision related to agriculture income. Now for number point, method of payment of advance tax. So there are the installment procedure or payment of advance tax. So first installment of advance tax means suppose current year advance tax is 100 rupees. So first 15 rupees shall be paid on or before 15th June. Then 45 means 45 rupees minus 15 rupees already paid in first installment shall be deducted before September 15th, then December, then March 15th, which should be 100% of advance tax means 100 rupees minus tax already paid in earlier year. Earlier year means installment first, second and third. One thing we need to remember, this installment system is not applicable for the SC covered under section 44 AD and ADA, means professional business and retail or wholesale business whose turnover is less than 2 crore. For section 44 AD and 44 AD, whole amount of tax, advance tax, shall be paid on or before 15th of March for that financial year. Okay, provision and advantage is also applicable on book profit computed under 115 JB, means minimum alternative tax ready tax. Now 4.1 method of payment of advance tax. So advance tax any amount paid other than interest and penalty shall be treated as advance tax for regular assessment. Number 1. Following situation as shall be deemed to SSC and reward. What are these situations? If SSC does not pay the advance tax on or before due date. If SSC does not pay advance tax by the in the reference to the order issued by the SC officer, so it will be considered as SSC in default. Okay, what are the interest charge? Means non-payment advance tax 1% of simple interest per month from the first April of the assessment year. It is defined under section 234B. When I take the session for the interest, so we will discuss this. Payment of advance tax less than 90% of advance tax. It means that if the total advance tax is 100 rupees and SSC paid only 80 rupees, so he is liable to pay interest 1% in simple interest per month from 1st April of assessment year. Okay. Deferred of payment of tax means he does not pay any tax after the before the due date. So 1% simple interest per month for 3 months or every deferment, and 1% simple interest per month for 1 month for the last installment, means March, 15th of March. Now this is the example. So I have mentioned here, so assessment year 2020-21, there is one SSC who is a normal SSC, means less than, not a senior citizen or super senior citizen. So he has 4 different type of income from salary, house property, government securities, agriculture, and he paid TDS around 20,000 rupees. So first of all we compute the salaries, compute the gross income, which is 5,85,000 rupees, and there is a no ATC investment made by the SSC, so it is nil. So net income is 5,85,000. Now we have follow the procedure to calculate the tax after considering the agriculture income. So this is the concept. First I include the agriculture income with the non-agriculture income and calculate the tax on it, which is around 59,500 rupees. Then I compute the tax on maximum exemption limit plus agriculture income, which is around 7,500 rupees. So it is should be deducted from the 59,500. So our total tax payable would be 52,000 rupees. Less rebate claim under section 87A 12,500 rupees. So total advance tax to be paid is around 53,580 rupees. Now as I mentioned that there is also TDS rupees 20,000 rupees, so we will deduct. So our net advance tax payable is 33,580 rupees. So as I said, installment base, so 15%, 15%, 45%, 75%, 100%. So 33,580 is 15,000 is 5,037 rupees, and then 15,111 rupees, 25,185 rupees, 33,580. How much if suppose it is regularly pay these taxes? So here you can see the cumulative effect: 5037, then 170, and last is 8395. This is the concept. In second table you can see. In last table, suppose he paid advance tax which is less than the 90 rupees of estimated advance tax. So 90% advance tax of 33,520 rupees is 30,222 rupees. Now he actually paid how much tax? It is paid around 25,000 rupees. 2,000, 8,000 and 15,000. These are the additional, means 2,000 is not clubbed into the 8,000. 8,000 is not a part of 15,000. So total taxes paid is around 25,000 rupees. So what is the difference? 8580. So interest shall be charged at the rate 1% under section 234B, based on the provisions applicable in the interest sections. Okay guys, so this is the practical example for you. So that's all for today from my side. I hope you enjoy this session. We will meet you soon, and if you have any suggestions, you may mail me on this my mail ID which is showing on the screen. So thank you so much guys. Enjoy your day. Have a nice day. Be safe, be healthy, and be happy. Thank you so much.